Hey friends, happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, August 16th, and I'm excited that you're joining us here today. I am coming from the kindergarten and first grade classroom. So behind me actually is the memory verse, and they do it to the tune of row, row, row your boat. So I'm gonna try to do that later. I'll do my best. It's a good way to memorize a verse, to put it to a song. It helps us remember it. So today we're going to pick up our story. We're still in the land of Babylon, but the kingdom of Babylon had been overthrown and the Persians had taken over and were in power. And Daniel, remember Daniel from 2 weeks ago, was so faithful and good at his job that even the new kings of Persia wanted to keep him around. And so that's where our story picks up. It's about how Daniel was rescued. You see, today we learned that he had a very dangerous sleepover. I bet you guys sometimes have sleepovers, and I bet it gets a little crazy sometimes, but nothing's gonna beat this sleepover, because you see, Daniel had a sleepover with hungry lions. So we're gonna pick up our story in Daniel chapter 6, and you can find that in the Old Testament. Look for Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah. After that, towards the New Testament, you're gonna find Daniel. King Darius, who is the new Persian leader in the land of Babylon, he made some decisions because Babylon was a big kingdom. He decided to break it up and have several different leaders over several different areas. And he decided that Daniel would be put over all of Babylon. And that made the other leaders very jealous. They were jealous of the favor that Daniel was given. And so they decided they wanted to watch Daniel and wait for him to do something wrong and tattle on him so that he would get in trouble. The problem is Daniel kept doing things right, so they couldn't get him into trouble. So the leaders knew that Daniel obeyed God. So they made a plan to get Daniel in trouble for praying. They said to King Darius, "King, all of your leaders think it would be a good idea to pass a new law. For the next 30 days, no one may pray to any god or man except you. Anyone who disobeys the law will be thrown into the lion's den." King Darius agreed to pass this new law. Daniel knew the law meant he was not allowed to pray to God. Still, Daniel went into his house and prayed to God 3 times a day, just like he had always done. The jealous leaders saw Daniel praying, and they told the king that they had seen Daniel praying to God. King Darius was upset. He knew that Daniel deserved to be punished for breaking the law, but he didn't want to punish Daniel. The king thought all day about how could he save Daniel from the lions. The law can't be changed, the men kept reminding King Darius. So King Darius ordered Daniel to be put into the lion's den. "May God, the God you serve, save you," he said. And the king went to his palace for the night. He did not eat. He could not sleep. He thought about Daniel and the lions all night long. As soon as the sun came up the next morning, the king hurried to the lion's den. He cried out, "Daniel, has your God rescued you from the lions?" Daniel shouted back, "God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths, and I am safe." The king was so happy. He ordered for Daniel to be taken out of the lion's den, and Daniel wasn't hurt because he trusted God. King Darius made a new law. He wrote that everyone must respect God. King Darius wrote, "He is the living God, and he rescued Daniel from the power of the lions." Isn't that interesting? We saw that with Nebuchadnezzar last week with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He recognized that God is the one true God, and he made a proclamation so that the people of the nation of Babylon would know that this God was not like any other gods. And the same here with King Darius of the Persian Empire. He recognized that there was something different about God, the one true God, and he made a law letting people know that he is living and that he did this amazing thing for Daniel. You see, God showed his power to rescue Daniel from the lions, but Daniel was just a small part of a bigger picture because God ultimately rescues us from a much bigger problem. Remember? Sin and death are our biggest problem. And through his son Jesus, God rescued us. Having a sleepover with sin and death is like having a sleepover with hungry lions. It is dangerous, and we need God to rescue us. And thankfully, he's done that. So let's learn more about God through our memory verse. So I'm going to turn here. Okay, I'm going to take you with me. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to try to sing it. So, praise be the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He disposes kings and raises up others. So it's to row, row, row your boat. So I'll keep the words up here. I'm going to start by singing row, row, row your boat, but then I'm going to try to transition it. So row, row, row your boat goes row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Praise be to the name of for God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his, and he changes his times and seasons. He disposes of kings and raises up others. So I don't know, what do you think? Give it a try at home. Row, row, row your boat to our memory verse, Daniel 2, verses 20 through 21. So make a video and be sure that you share with me because I want to see how it goes. All right, so our activity for today, all you need is a paper plate, probably some scissors and some markers, and either like a popsicle stick or some rubber bands, and then some found items. So found items are things around the house. So before you go look for that, let me show you what we're gonna do. We are going to make a lion mask. So this is my base of my lion mask. I cut out my eyes. That's what you need the scissors for. Have mom and dad help you with those. And then you want to draw the face on it any way, which way you want. But then what you want to do is you want to get your found items. So these are some of my found items. I've got some orange yarn. I've got, this actually looks like lion mane. I've got some other yarn. I've got some noodles, some dry noodles. I've got some feathers. I've got just some random pieces of paper, cotton balls, so anything that you can think of. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna glue them, okay? You just glue them to all the way around and create the mane, okay? So go ahead and glue them all the way around the outside to create the mane. It's something just really interesting and fun. I might just take some of these and really, like drape it down so it's like really fuzzy, and I could even kind of like pull this apart a little bit just to make it a little more fuzzy. So it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to look exactly like a lion, but create this lion's mask. And then when you're done, or actually probably before you start gluing, go ahead and staple these rubber bands to the side, and then that way you can hook it around your ears, kind of like you do all of these masks that we have to wear. I know we're wearing a lot of masks, but this one has significance. So this one reminds us that God is faithful to rescue us. So we don't have to fear sin and death. We don't have to fear the lions because God rescues us. And we can be like Daniel. We can be faithful to God no matter what the consequences might be. We can be faithful to God because he rescues us. So I hope you guys have a happy Sunday and a happy week. One last thing here at the end is we are doing a donation drive for Sunshine Acres. So Sunshine Acres is a Christian home for kids. It's in Mesa, Arizona, so really close to us. And it's for kids who don't have family to live with. They either don't have parents or grandparents or anybody in their family to live with. They're essentially orphans. And so we're gonna do a donation drive for them. We want you to bring in clean clothes and toys, either unused or used, but all in good shape, that'll either be given to the kids or sold at their thrift store so that they can raise money to support these kids. And the goal for these kids is to provide a loving environment for them to grow up, people, adults in their lives that they can learn to trust so that they can grow and become part of our society that is thriving, so that they can thrive in their lives. So bring those into the church either during church hours, which is Tuesday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or you can bring them on Sunday morning. And we're doing that all through the month of August. We're going to try to fill up our bins as much as we possibly can and really bless this organization. If you want more information, watch your emails because I'll send out links for their website if you would just want to check them out and see what they're all about. Happy Sunday. Bye.